Welcome back. Last day we started copying this OPG Jonathan Toews hockey card, and what I did was I showed you how to use Pathfinder minus tool to create most of these shapes. I also showed you how to select the rounded rectangle tool and how to change the corner radiuses so that they match the cards. And as you can see, I pretty much have the card here in lines here, and what we need to do is just fill in the colors and make it look like the real card. Now if I just drag Jonathan Toews card in here, you can see that we do have just lines created. So I'm going to show you a neat little trick to make these so that they're actually solid and with fill. So if you take a look at this circle, if we focus our attention here on the circle, I'll choose Control Y, and you can see it's just a simple outline. It doesn't actually have a dual line. So this shape here, this black circle, is just one circle. It's actually not two circles. And what we've done is we've simply just added a stroke to it so that we can see it, but it's actually just a single line, as you can see here. So a neat little trick that we can do is we can go to Object and we can expand. And if we expand, fill, and stroke, you'll see that what it happens is it fills in both the inside and the outside, but it also puts in this third line here, this third middle line. So if I go Control Y, you can see there's actually three circles, and that's not exactly what we want to do. So what I'll do is I'll back out one more time, and it's back, Control Z, which is back, and you can now see that it's back to our single blue line. So if I can press Control Y, you can see it's just a single stroke, but we've added weight to that stroke. And what I would like to do is we'd love to expand this object so that it outlines the outside of the circle as well as the inside of the circle, but not adding this third line. So to do that, you come over to the shapes, fill and stroke, and we want fill, and we're going to make fill empty, so there's no fill. Now right now you might not be able to see the difference, but if I drag this in there, you can see that it's hollow now. You can see the artwork behind it. And if I give it back some white fill, oops, sorry, I have to select it first. If I give it white fill, it blanks out. So we want it to be no fill, and it's now got a hole cut out essentially. Take Jonathan Toews card back over there, and what I would like to do, select that again, and this time we're going to do the same thing, expand, and we're going to let it expand, fill, and stroke, but there's no fill. So what happens now is it just does a double line. Now if we move this back, you might say, okay, fine, but that should be black in the middle, and right now you got a hole. So there's a trick to that too. So if you come back and select this, what we can do now is go Object, Ungroup, is we'll click on this and press Release Compound Path. So what it's done is it sees one circle, two circle, but there was a circle cut out of the other circle. So if I go back, you can see it. So again, if we move this hockey card back in, you can see there's a black circle, and there's a circle cut out of it, so it's a donut. So if we come in and right click and release compound path, what it does is it fills in both the shapes that are there. So there's two circles, and instead of one being cut out of the other, releasing it means that we have both circles now. And you know, to illustrate that, I can change this color to, let's say, red, and you can see now instead of being hollow, we've released it so that the hollow is now an object with fill, and the black one behind it is also. So if I take the red one, you can see it's a complete black circle, and what sits on top is a complete black filled red. So there we go. We can do this for the card up here, because if you come up here, you can see that this green stroke is actually supposed to be black. So if you come in and click on it, right now it's a single stroke. What we would like to do is expand that. As you can see, it's got zero fill. So we're going to come up now and press expand and fill and stroke. Bang. So now it's double lined. You can see 1, 2 line. And if I move my card back in, it's still hollow. So what I can do is come in here and right click ungroup, sorry, and then right click again, release compound path. And they both turn green. That's okay. We want the outside one to be black, so we'll change that one to black with no outline stroke. And we want the inside one to be white. And you can see we're getting closer to our OPG card, where we have the black line here and we have the white line here. So the blue one here, let's see if we can select the blue one. The blue one here needs to be brown. Now again, it's a single line. What we'd love to have is a dual line, so we're going to right click on it. We're going to, let's see if we can, we're going to make sure it has zero fill. We're going to go object, expand, fill and stroke is okay, and there it is. It's now a double stroke line. I'll zoom in so you can see it. It's a double stroke line. Before it was a single stroke line. Single stroke line with some stroke weight, and what we've done is we've added a dual stroke line. Now again, this is there and this is there, but this inside one is cut out of the blue one. What we would like to do is separate this one from this one. So we're going to go ungroup, and we're going to release compound path. They'll both turn blue, so you have a blue on top of blue. Now I think this one is supposed to be brown, so we'll change that to brown. So slide up to the reds, and you start getting some browns right around here. We don't want it to be too pukey. Is it down here? There we go. Right, good. And as you can see, the inside one is also brown. Let's just back out and see what it's supposed to be. Oh, it's supposed to be golden. Okay, so it's supposed to be brown and golden, so we'll go in and change this one to golden. Golden. It's more towards yellow. There. Doink. Oops, I hadn't selected it right. So that one and that one. Sometimes what happens, oh, there we go. So there's the black, there's the black, there's the white, there's the white, there's the brown, and there's the gold, and there's the gold. Now as you can see, there's another white. There's a really fine white. Oop, did I miss it? There's a very fine brown, that's yellow. This one's supposed to be yellow. Okay, so I'm just going to use the eyedropper, and the eyedropper will sample that one, turn that one yellow. And that one hasn't been expanded yet, so we'll just go expand, stroke and fill. It's got zero fill, so that's fine. There it is. And let's take a look at what's going on here. Gets a little confusing with all the lines, but no problem. This next one, this one is actually supposed to be white. And again, that one has no fill. You can see there's missing, there's a bit of a gap, so what we can do is we can pull it down and see if we can hide that gap a little bit. We can fix it a little bit later as well. And that one is a single stroke, and we want that to be multi-stroke, so you can expand, fill and stroke, doink. And that one's supposed to be white, and no black border around it. And there you go. So it's getting really close. Now, remember I did this really quickly, so as a result you can see it's a little bit off. And it looks as though I got my colors off by a little bit, but I think you can see what I'm trying to get at. And now let's move in our photograph and see where it is. Now, as a result, you can see the photo ended up on the bottom layer, and all of these are layers on top. So it's like stacks of paper where the photograph is on the bottom, and our black rectangular shape is just on top of it by one. Then it's white, then brown, then gold, then white. And what we want it to do is to be right in here. So to do that, you can go, so I've got my picture selected, and I know that because I can move it around. And I'm going to Object, arrange, and I'm going to bring it right to the front. You can see it's on front. And now I'm going to arrange it. I'm going to send it back one, not backward one. You can see now it's just in front of the circle. And there is a keyboard shortcut for this. So send backwards. It's the command key and close parentheses left. You can see, so there we go. It's right around there. Now you might say, well, this doesn't seem right. You can see it's kind of out of order. Another thing you can do is press here and check out your layers. You can see where it is in here, and you can just drag it up and down in your layers as well. Oops. So we can send it back there, see? Now the only issue is figuring out which layer it belongs into, and that can be a bit tricky. Again, not undoable, it's achievable if you can just figure out your order of your layers. So there you go. Next lesson, what I'll do is I'll show you how we can put in the text, really straightforward, and you can finish off your card.